So first of all, I'm not perfect. That I'm not perfect, and I'm not gonna claim to be. I know that I've sinned. We all have. But what are you going to do about it? Are you going to wallow in sin, or ask God to clean you up? You can't do it on your own. I want to tell you a story. So if you're interested, listen close. I want to tell you what God did. I want to tell you about His plan. God made all things in the beginning, surely it was awesome. But then tempted by the serpent, Eve ate the fruit, gave it to Adam and he ate it too, and they became lawless. Sin came in the world and man had fallen, that's what went down. God knew this would happen, don't you think He frowned? Sin is still in the world as of right now, but there's a way we can turn that frown upside down. God had a plan to restore man. God gave His law and sent the prophets to prepare us to the Holy One. Numerous signs pointing to the Son, like when He told Abraham to sacrifice his son. Then the angel of the Lord called his name and he stopped. Abraham saw that God provided a ram to die in his son's place. What does that remind you of? The devil may have tricked us in the first half, but God loved us so much He sent His Son to bring us back to the law and the prophets. God chose Moses to set His people free. Pharaoh's heart was hardened while he faced 10 plagues. Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go until his son went to the grave. Pharaoh sent his army to get them back, but God made a way, He had their back. Parted the Red Sea for Moses and his people to escape. The sea came crashing down and sealed Pharaoh's fate. That was all God. God did that. It's interesting to think back and read about the past, how He brought them out of Egypt, but they turned their backs and went to worship idols. We're no different than that. We sin the same sins they did then, making the same mistakes. We're no different than them. But hopefully, by the time the song ends, you will repent of your sins. About the prophets, God had them to prophesy. For example, what did Isaiah write? But He was wounded for our transgressions, He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon Him, and with His stripes we are healed. Isaiah 53 verse 5. God had a plan to restore man. God gave His law and sent the prophets to prepare us to the Holy One. Numerous signs pointing to the Son, like when He told Abraham to sacrifice his son. Then the angel of the Lord called his name and he stopped. Abraham saw that God provided a ram to die in his son's place. What does that remind you of? Now on to Jesus, who was prophesied of. He came to show us God's love, baptized by John the Baptist. Then the Spirit descended on Him like a dove. Then into the wilderness He went, fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and the devil came to tempt Him, but He spoke the word and came out on top. Jesus was preaching and teaching all about the eternal kingdom. He was about His Father's business, and with Him God's plan to save us was fulfilled. It is finished. He died and rose again for you and I. Believe in Him and you will never die. He took the penalty of sin for you and I. Believe in Him and you'll have everlasting life.